most people have been so brainwashed that you should just have to go to college. So can you just real quick touch on what are your thoughts and, the whole college and university diploma and, going to college or not? Because a lot of kids don't know what they want to do and they're in that position right now.
I write an entire chapter on this topic in the book, okay? And I call it College or Not. And the conclusion of all of this is I've learned it's simply a choice. Because if you are an entrepreneur in the making, okay, if you're genetically encoded to be an entrepreneur in the making, you don't need to go to college to be successful. But it comes down to a choice. And so here's my journey on where I got to with this content, because I have been biased, or I was biased for about the first 20 years. So I did not go to college. I turned out okay. And my clients, which almost every single one of them went to college, got a degree, and many were MBAs. I would ask them in the early years, for about the first 15 years, I would say, are you using anything you learned in college to be a successful entrepreneur? And 100% of the time, every one of them said no. There's absolutely nothing they learned in college that's helping them with being an entrepreneur in terms of their degree. And so I was biased. And I'm thinking, all right, so why would anybody ever go to college if you're an entrepreneur? Where I came to kind of shift a little bit is then I started asking a follow-up question. And after the no, I would then ask, knowing everything you know now, would you go back to college? And almost every one of them said yes. So that is all of a sudden I was perplexed. So here's what I've learned. What I've learned is, and when they say yes, I say why, and they give me two answers. So there's two reasons when I put them all together. Number one, they say the relationships that are serving them well now in life, later in life. So the relationships they developed in college have served them well now in life as entrepreneurs. Number two was the opportunity to practice on their students, selling stuff, sharing ideas. So being an entrepreneur in college, whether that's selling t-shirts or whatever. So those are the two reasons. With that said, what I then do is share all the facts. I give a list of billionaires that have a degree and don't have a degree so you can see the contrast. I also give, if you're going to go to college, if you choose to go, because it's a choice, you're going to turn out fine either way. If you do go to college, what I share are all of the classes you should take in college that will help you be a better entrepreneur. The other difference is, for those of us my age, there wasn't an entrepreneur degree. There wasn't anything entrepreneurial in the way of teaching or a degree back then. There's more of that now. Some of it isn't great, but some of it is really good. And so if you're going to go to college, maybe choose one that has a great entrepreneurial program so that you can practice those skills. But at the end of the day, it's a choice that you'll make. Then the other thing is, I talk about trade schools, because you could go to a trade school, learn the heating and cooling trade, learn how to master that skill for 5 years, start your own business and have a $5 million heating and cooling company that's highly profitable within 10 years. So there's other ways to skin this cat as well. But at the end of the day, college comes down to a choice, and you just make that choice. Where are you going to put that $100,000? College or start a business with it?
And when you hire people, does it come into play when you hire people? Do you care?
Never for me. I don't care. I think it's a crime how it's mandatory. I mean, you're missing out on some great, talented people. So I come from a different world. So character, honesty, drive, intelligence, I'm looking more for those and people that align with my core values. So no, that's not a criteria for me, but sadly it's a criteria for most. So it's a rite to passage, but also what's important is if you're going to get a real job and you're not an entrepreneur in the making, you probably should go to college to increase your odds of success. But whatever happened for me, it was not an option. I could not wait to get out of academia and just figure it out for myself.